If you're a little bit familiar in the online space, you probably know Alex Hormozi. And Alex Hormozi always says you need to invest in the S&P 500 instead of the S&P 500. What if I tell you there's something more important to invest in that you probably know of, but you never thought about it in this way? You probably think it's a bad thing. I used to think it's a bad thing, and it is failures. And school teaches you to be super scared of failures. We work with Robert Kiyosaki, writer of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he's so heavy on this topic. School teaches you to be afraid of failures because if you fail, you're not going to make it. Whilst in online business and in general in making money anywhere, it's super important that you learn and get better. That means that if you fail, you learn if you're not retarded and you get better, which means that you're more capable, which means that you can drive more revenue. And generally speaking, if you're just retarded and you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're not. But if you're intelligent human being, you probably learn from your mistakes and so you get better. And you should be stimulated to do that because of school. And I think every single person who watches this video went to school. You have been taught that you shouldn't make mistakes because making mistakes is bad and you get a lower grade because you make mistakes. And I was always super afraid to put my hand up to answer the questions for the teacher because if I would make a mistake, I would be publicly embarrassed. If the teacher was nearby in the classroom and she was walking past or he was walking past and I had a question, it was super easy for me to ask it to him or her because then you are in private and you know, okay, I can learn from it if I make a mistake. But first of all, you get publicly ashamed by the whole classroom. You get a lower grade, so you are worse if you make a mistake. And that's what could maybe kill you in business. I'm here in this penthouse right now. If you can see in Medellin, this is the jacuzzi that we have and it's fucking awesome. I don't pay for any of this. The guy that I work for pays for all of this. And the only reason that I'm able to stay here is because I was willing to make mistakes over and over and over again. And I constantly sent my mistakes to the guy that I'm working for right now. And he appreciated it. And that eventually ended up in him hiring me because I became better. I became more capable and I showed him that I was ready to make mistakes and ready to fail because that means that I'm getting better. That's the best thing that you can invest in the next 5 years. We're also doing a bunch of cold approaches here out in Medellin. We're here with 4 guys and the 5th one is joining soon. I think tonight. I don't know, whatever. He's joining as well. 4 of us are single. 1 has a girlfriend, but for the rest, 4 of us are single. And we just try to do as much cold approach as possible. I approached 2 girls. I approached more than 2, but 2 of them had an Instagram with over 60,000 followers, each. She has 60,000 and the other one has 60,000. They didn't follow me back, so I failed, right? They weren't into me, so I failed. But for me, it was a huge ego boost. I actually did it and I actually got the whole experience and I got better at talking to women. So now we're gonna have some women over tonight, I believe. I think they're trying to handle that downstairs. And now I'm better at talking to women than yesterday because I approached those girls. And Moise is one of the guys here, a girl with 600,000 followers that he saw in the mall. And then he ended up matching with her on Tinder. But only because he makes those mistakes and getting better. In every part of life, you get better if you make mistakes. In school, the way that you are supposed to be taught certain things, they teach you that making mistakes is bad. For me, it's only making me more and more money if I do make mistakes. So that's definitely the best thing that you can invest in 5 years. Don't have anything to sell you because I just document my journey on this channel and I want to get better at storytelling and speaking. So I guess that was it. See you in the next video. Bye.